Welcome to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about board games.
And board gamey things.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Zach.
And we're doing board games and stew.
Click.
Clang. Should have some sort of explosion or something there, make it actiony. So today what we're doing for board games and stew, first of all, you might notice this is Takeover week.
Well, secondly, you might notice that much like Jamie and Jeff usually...
Sometimes don't have brew.
Yeah, they have tea. Well, they've got steep.
Yeah.
We got noodles.
We got noodles. Stew noodles. Stoodles. So this is Takeover week. You're not going to see them for the next 4 episodes. We're going to start a new hashtag. We're going hashtag Team Jason Zach or hashtag Zach and Jason. It doesn't matter because we're going to overtake...
No. Jay-Z.
Team Jay-Z. Perfect. Young Hova in the place here. So... Yeah.
Basically, what we're going to do today is I've printed off a list of my pandemic shame, which is I just went on a Kickstarter spree while I was living in Egypt and ordered a bunch of games that will hopefully arrive.
But do they call novels a list? Like, this looks like Lord of the Rings, Tolkien kind of...
You see, it says number 1.
Oh,
number
gotcha.
2, number 3. So
it's a list.
It's itemized. It's numbered.
It's a list.
And I've basically organized it by expected release date or when it should arrive or ship. Now, some of these, well, the first one said it was due in February 2021, but
I don't think it's February 2021.
Sometimes, especially now during COVID, the pandemic, a lot of these dates have slipped, but hopefully they're coming soon. So we're going to start off by going through just a few of those games that are hopefully coming soon.
Yeah, let's do it.
They passed their initial date. And the first one I have listed is Return to Dark Tower. And that's by Restoration Games.
Yeah.
And basically, this is a sequel, sort of remake of a game from the 80s, which had a tower component in the middle, and there's like all sorts of skulls that fall out. But now it's going to have an app, it's going to have a digital tower with mechanisms and lights and doors, and just absolutely spectacular production value.
I mean, the more and more board games get into this, adding the little nuances of lights and just, sign me up for that. And you know what's really getting me excited for this one when you told me you were getting this is the name Isaac Childress is part of the design team on that. Obviously the guy that's done Gloomhaven and Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, so that's got me really excited for this, and it looks really good. Yeah, very excited for this one. So it looks like it's an engine building and resource management. So
cooperative and competitive play are included. 1 to 4 players, so you can play it solo.
That's all the check boxes.
Yeah.
Can you put check boxes here? Maybe no. I don't know.
Well, we'll see.
See what we can do.
But yeah, that was the first one.
All right.
Overdue, but I just got the email today that says they're getting closer to getting them on the ships and sent out. Hopefully by December, we could have it.
Wicked.
Okay. Second game on the list. You want to do it?
Yeah, it looks like it's called Lizard Wizard, and it's by Forbidden Games, 1 to 5 players. Looks like this is just waiting to be unloaded off of California. I don't know much about this game, but I've seen pictures of it, and it looks fantastic. You want to tell me a little bit more about it?
Well, it's by the same designers and company that brought us Raccoon Tycoon. Oh. So I just recently ordered the Fat Cat expansion for that and a nice deluxe version. Absolutely fantastic art.
Beautiful.
Really great components. And I'm looking forward. Like, everything from this just seems to be of a high quality. So it's one of those little treats of, like, when you're crowdfunding, you kind of sometimes want that little extra, je ne sais quoi. You want that little bit of extra, and this is one that's giving you all of the, what do they call it, UV coatings on the cover. It's so shiny. Like metal coins. Yeah, that's for you, Jeff. I got a game with metal coins. So
it's true, Jeff. It's true. He loves his metal coins. So number 3. What do we got coming?
Number 3 is Conan the Conqueror, the Adventure Mode expansion. Now, I do have the Conan game by Monolith. It's a 1 versus many. You're like the overlord. You spend energy crystals basically to do moves. So
I like that.
You have different boards and maps that are partitioned. So there's all sorts of things there. This is adding more co-op play. It's even adding some solo play and some more scenario based. It's not really like a campaign so much. It is a bunch of scenarios.
Okay.
So I'm getting that along with one of the expansions, the Shadowed Kingdom, some extra dice, and the deluxe dashboards, which I know you'll like because it takes your cardstock dashboards, and then it adds a plastic thing that makes it so that your tokens are not going to be sliding around.
Yeah, more games need the. I know it's expensive to do that, but man, some of those any game where you can just bump and it can mess up where you were needs some sort of system like that, and that's awesome.
So that really for me was a no-brainer. There were lots of extras there, but it's any of these games with lots of miniatures, it can add up really quickly. So you got to just sort of kind of look at what am I really going to get to play with this and how deep should I go in.
Yeah.
So that was the third one. It was expected in February, but now it's saying that the containers should arrive in Canada around mid-September, so not that far off.
Awesome. No, I want to play the. Well, I got to get that Conan, because when you had Conan the first time, I think you were kind of in between leaving, never had a chance to play it.
Yeah,
I know you're
it
in
was
the process
something
of
I
painting
started
the minis.
painting, but not really playing.
Yeah.
And I know you want to talk about number 5, so I'll just mention number 4 here.
Yeah.
And number 4 is Dead Reckoning. And we're from East Coast Canada, privateer lifestyle, all that, the ocean, the sea, the ships, the
little
sails.
Place called Oak Island. You might have heard of it.
Money
Could it be?
What do we find next?
Piece of wood.
Piece of wood.
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa. Dead Reckoning is a game by AEG, and it's actually a game by John DeClaire, who gets a lot of shout-outs for his games on the channel from Jeff and Jamie. And it just drew me in. Like, the production on it looks insane. You have these ships, which are dice towers. You have your crew cards, which are upgradable by sleeving them, and it's just...
that alone, seeing that, I was just like, that is a great idea.
This is one where I started at a more, lower pledge, and then just when the pledge manager came around, I really just kept seeing everything, and I just thought, yeah, I gotta up this. So I'm all in on that. I'm getting everything. All in. And then, with the pledge manager, Jeff also got in on it. He's getting the legendary captain pledge. So we'll see. Hopefully we all enjoy it, but I think we will. It looks highly enjoyable.
Well, so far John DeClaire has not let me down, and I've recently just played a bunch of his games that I haven't played before. So knowing just you saying his name and AEG, obviously they're partners. They work together closely. It's just, I'm in, and it looks awesome. It really does look really good. Number 5 is one I'm excited for. I'm sure everybody probably is. Western Legends Blood Money. This is a Colossal Games, 2 to 6 players. This is another all-in for Zach, and it looks like August 19th. The container's near port, and could be delayed. Delays probably caused by Western wildfires, so it's close. And what has me excited about this is I have Western Legends.
And specifically, this is the shipping coming to Canada.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, thank you. So I have Western Legends, and I like Western Legends a lot. I definitely am going to like this. It's going to add a whole new aspect to the game. I heard you can basically rob a train. There's a new town added. So it just opens up a whole new world, and it makes the sandbox even bigger for Western Legends. It's just a great game, and I know with that other Western game coming, this would be a great addition for Western Legends to have something like this. I think it's really good.
Yeah, so basically with the all-in pledge, I'm getting the base game, all the expansions, and I've also gone in on the plastic poker chips and tokens. So awesome. I think that's just going to add a bit more to the fun while we're playing it. Just having, I don't know if anyone plays poker, but a lot of the fun is just playing around with your poker chips.
Yeah,
so sure. Really looking forward to this one.
No, me too. Absolutely.
Number 6 is actually a twofer. So we've got Dinosaur World and Dinosaur Island Rar and Right. And that's coming from Pandasaurus Games, 2 to 4 players. And it's saying that the containers are in the United States as of September 9th. So basically, for Canadians, we're waiting for the warehouses to get everything processed, the truck to come up to Canada, and then an indeterminate amount of time for customs.
They got to put the snowshoes on the trucks. They deliver them up here north to us in Nova Scotia, Canada.
I definitely did enjoy Dinosaur Island when I played it with Jeff and Jamie.
Yep.
This one, it's just got a lot going for it. Again, you get these amazing screen printed meeples with the the dinosaurs, but not just that. You get the Jeeple,
Jeeples,
which is fantastic.
Jeeples,
your little Jeep Meeple.
That's perfect.
And the dice are really pleasing in this. They've got basically amber transparent dice.
Genius.
Both the Dinosaur World and the Roar and Write, which is a roll and write game, have those same kind of components. Yeah. So
wow.
Really looking forward to that. I'm
That's
pretty
exciting.
sure there's some metal coins in there as well. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's gotta be. You wouldn't have went all in if there wasn't metal coins.
Well,
let's be honest.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. I played Dinosaur Island. I have Dualosaur Island. Yeah, I'm Pandasaurus, another one of them great companies. So
yeah, definitely looking forward to Dinosaur World and Dinosaur Island Roar and Write.
Oh well, this one's kind of embarrassing.
Not really.
It's embarrassing. So yeah, he's probably just gonna try to distract you over here by slurping on some noodles. But let me tell you a little story about this next one. This next one is Frostpunk, the board game. Now, he went all in on this. Now, originally... Now, there's nothing wrong with that, because I think this is going to be a great game. But originally, we were all talking about... By we, I mean Jeff, Jamie, myself, and Zach in the chat. We're talking about a game called Frosthaven. So we were wondering if Zach was going to go in all on Frosthaven. Now, he keeps saying that we were saying Frostpunk. But if you go back in the chat...
Now listen, you have to understand my participation in the chat is sort of every once in a while I just peek. And it's always like, gee, I wish we could get Frost something something. Gee, I wish we could get Nemesis. Gee, I wish.
That's, that's how I hint at Mom when I want something. I just hint around at it. And then usually back in the day, she would get it for me as a kid. So it works on you as well. But basically... I think the time zone difference where he was in Egypt, it was probably 2 a.m. when he was reading these. But anyways, yeah, exactly. Keeping him up at all hours. But anyways, needless to say, he's going all in on Frostpunk, the board game. And not that there's anything wrong with that, because I think this game is going to looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. I don't know too much about it. Did you know any?
Post-apocalyptic world. It's basically, there was a video game first, so you're the survivors in the apocalypse. Very frosty, which apparently is the most popular adjective in board games
that's the most
today.
Punk. Like you're not punk unless you're frost.
Yeah. So here it says the players will decide the fate of their people. Will you treat them like another resource? Are you going to be an inspiring builder, fearless explorer, bright scientist? It's got this really cool, much like Return to Dark Tower, it has something called the generator in the middle.
And that's what that
spits out cubes and things like that.
Does it actually spit out cubes?
Yeah. Unlike Camelot, where the pyramid poops, I think it spits cubes.
I'm in.
So, wow, I got a playing mat too. All right. Yeah, I went for
you're all in, man.
The gamer,
whatever is in,
the
you're
gamer
all in.
I didn't get the art book and things like that. But everything you need for gameplay, and a lot of the minis, like the buildings and everything, look really cool for this. They had this sort of train thing that looks really gnarly, so I'm looking forward to getting those, having things to paint, and that's expected in October 2021. We're in the range now where I'm just going by what dates were listed, because these ones have not gone past yet.
I mean, more than likely these are 2022 from now on.
We don't know for sure. There's a few that could still make it this year, but like the shipping situation for board games now is kind of nuts, and for anything really. So maybe by October, maybe later. Not sure.
Frostpunk.
Okay.
Number 8 I'm excited about.
Yeah, number 8 is HeroQuest Game System by Hasbro, and that's for 2 to 5 players. But actually, they released in one of the emails that they are planning to do an app for it, which will allow for solo and co-op play without a game master. So you'll have your phone app basically be the Zargon character leading you through everything. I did go with the Mythic Tier pledge on this, so I'm getting everything, which includes the Keller's Keep and Return of the Witchlord expansions. And thankfully, we didn't meet the stretch goal for the 4 million, the final one, Joe Manganiello's Scenarios and Black Dragon Mini, but Hasbro did just announce that they're going to include it anyway for everyone in the Mythic Tier pledges. And they also announced, surprisingly, that this game is still going to be shipping in October. So I think they might have originally stated they were aiming for September, but this is right on target. They weren't the most communicative throughout the time when they were working on the game. This was through Hasbro Pulse, which is their own sort of thing. It's not maybe quite what people are used to with something like Game Found and
absolutely
Kickstarter.
I mean, that's pretty impressive that Hasbro is putting together something like this, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and hopefully it is a game system, so hopefully this means there will be new expansions. It should come to retail after this.
Yeah.
And one thing to note is like the classic version has like the Games Workshop miniatures, so you have like familiar things like that. I believe originally it was the Chaos Knights, and now they've switched to the Dread Knights. So there's all new mini designs and new heroes. So it's looking really cool. A lot of more of plastic for the furniture. So the original you had some plastic with some paper. So it's all looking good, and definitely looking forward to HeroQuest.
Yeah. All right, number 9.
Number 9. After the Empire Deluxe version, this is a reprint. So basically, I assume that the Kickstarter Game Found, whatever the original was, it just was so popular that they got it right back into Game Found and offered a reprint of this. Now, I didn't get absolutely everything that comes with it. I think there was like a small knight and everything, and I kind of hedged my little funds on this for some reason, but it's just a really interesting game where you have your castles basically, and you have walls that you can upgrade, and there's oncoming armies basically. And so I'll just read it. It's worker placement resource management game set in the Middle Ages, and during each turn, known as a season, players alternate using their worker tokens to take action. So you can gather resources, you can build advanced buildings, recruit refugees, and once all your workers have been committed, players harvest food from the surrounding lands and then prepare for combat. So
awesome.
Just like I've seen some playthroughs online, and it looked really good. Highly interested in the theme and just the quality of the components. Looked fun, so I'm looking forward to that. After the Empire, hopefully still arriving November at the earliest.
Yeah, no, it looks. Yeah, I've seen some screenshots of it. It looks really interesting. For sure. So yeah, you might as well go on to the next one, because you've shown me a video on this one, so it looks really cool.
Now this one is a campaign game. It's expected to arrive around December 2021. I am all in on this. I had the Titan Pledge early bird, 48 hours into it, and then like when the Pledge Manager came out, I was like, there was like a couple of things that were like, I don't know, and then like I was just like, yeah, I want it. And that's Nova Aetas Renaissance, and it's by Ludus Magnus Studio. 1 to 6 players, and the thing that I got at the end was like they have a half Tyrannosaurus Rex, half dragon, and I was just like, I don't know. And I just kept looking at it, like, yeah,
100%.
So,
I know, 100%.
Looking forward to the minis in this. Part of being in that early bird pledge was they have something called the Medicchio, which is basically a take on the Mandalorian and the Child.
Oh, that's what that was from.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
yes.
and they've also,
that looks awesome.
I think, got Altair in it from Assassin's
Creed.
And this is basically like just a fantasy setting in like the Italian Renaissance. So you're going to see a lot of imagery and iconography from there. Some of the expansions look really cool. Like you're getting some catacombs. There's an aqueduct. Like you have 3D buildings and modularity going along with this. There's a really interesting system that's basically like a clock that shows the initiative order. So maybe if you do smaller actions, then you get to act again. But if you take bigger actions, it's longer before it gets to your turn again. So like, it's one of those things where I hadn't played Gloomhaven. We've now played a bit of Jaws of the Lion.
Yeah.
So this seemed like, well, if everyone else has Gloomhaven, why am I buying the same one that you have, that Jeff and Jamie have? Get something different.
Yeah. All right, yeah. So his number 11 that he has coming is Castles of Mad King Ludwig Collector's Edition by Bezier Games. He's all in on this. So what made you go all in on this game? Because I've only played Between Two Castles. And so I haven't played the Castles
That's very
of Mad
different.
King.
So it's like a little bit the same theming, but that's more like Between Two Cities gameplay.
Okay.
Castle of Mad King Ludwig, much in the same, you are building up a castle. And this one, pretty.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of it, just a reputable game that I'd never played before. And
sometimes that's all it takes.
There were a lot of good collector's editions coming out. So I gave you my copy of Castles of Burgundy when that one came out. So I just wanted to have a nice version of it,
Yep.
and I believe that it comes with some of the expansions and things like that.
Sweet.
I didn't get the colossal version because I just didn't think we had the table space. I was not
Probably don't.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much space it takes up, but it looks like it could be a bit of a table filler.
Wow.
So that one just going basically on its reputation, and it's hopefully coming around December. So
Yeah, we'll see.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's the number 11 one that's coming out that I ordered.
Yeah, so the number 12th,
The number
the
12th.
12th one that he has ordered is the one I don't think any's going to beat this on this. Number 12, super excited for this one. Nemesis Lockdown. I've been wanting to play this game forever.
Should be clear, it's Lockdown's the most recent expansion, but
it comes with it comes with every Nemesis, everything Nemesis has put out. I'm pretty sure it comes
gameplay
with.
all in. So there's a couple of extra things like with how much this cost, I could not justify the little cats that didn't seem like they
Cats.
I think there is like a raccoon
This
that
house
comes
is
with
all
it.
about cats. We're bringing in cats left and right at this house.
Yeah. So I did get the 3D terrain, so I wanted things that were gonna maybe affect the overall gameplay, but this is one that I hadn't looked in too much for, but you and Jeff were always talking about.
Yeah, me and Jeff wanted to play this game like for the longest time. So many times I wanted to pull the trigger at the game store just to buy it because Lance down here has gotten it in a few times. I think he still has one in, and every time I go in there, I'm like, oh, I want to buy that so bad. But then Zach has Nemesis Lockdown, the whole thing coming, so I'm like, I can't. But mixed reviews with people with this game. Some people absolutely love it, and some people like it.
Well, apparently, like you can be eliminated very quickly.
But I don't care. It just looks awesome. I want to play this. I want to play it all.
Yeah, the space name, like, it's basically Aliens adjacent. Like,
yeah, Aliens and adjacent. He said it.
Yeah, so it's looking good. Looking forward to playing that, and then hopefully it lives up to the expectations.
Yeah, and that's Awaken Realms, of course. I mean, Awaken Realms minis, just everything they've put out has just been amazing. High quality.
Yeah,
so
and it should probably give me another 100 things or so to paint. So
yeah, you're getting behind on that. All right, moving on. Number 13.
Number 13. This is expected to come in January, so we're into the new year, and this is Mosaic, a story of civilization by Forbidden Games, who already had a game on the list with Lizard Wizard. So
okay.
One good thing
that piques my interest then.
One good thing that led me to this is like when you backed Raccoon Tycoon, they gave you a $10 credit for Lizard Wizard. Yeah. And when you backed Lizard Wizard, they gave you a $10 credit toward Mosaic. And I was humming and hawing, but I don't own like a major civilization game. And this one, it has the real world map and some of the deluxification, like the 3D Colosseum and things like that. And it just looks really good. And I wanted a nice, more fleshed out civilization game. I do have Tapestry, which is kind of like that, but I know it's a bit more streamlined.
Yeah.
So that was my main sort of interest in getting this. I know that you have Through the Ages.
Yeah, right? Through the Ages.
A new story civilization, or a story of new civilization, or I don't know. Didn't say civilization yet. What is it? Civilization, a new story, or no, Through the Ages, a new story.
Yeah, it's the newer one. It's the not the older one.
But like that's a pretty chunky, hefty
game,
right?
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I'm not quite sure how this compares, but I assume it's probably going to be either closer to that than it is to something like Tapestry. So
yeah,
looking forward to it. And the designer has worked on Age of Empires 3, Railways of the World, Sid Meier's Civilization, the board game, and Raccoon Tycoon.
Oh, so that's going to be really good.
Yeah, good pedigree there.
Absolutely. All right, number 14. These ones here on out, I think you're going to have to go through because I don't know.
All right.
I know
number 14, Impulse Buy. And that's Lock Up, the Breakout expansion plus the base game. And what kind of sold me on that is it's in the Role Player universe. I had started playing Role Player in the pandemic. They had a great implementation online. So I was playing a bit of that. I played Cartographers online as well. And I just thought, look, I'm liking what they're putting out. and I wanted to support it with this game too. A bit of a different one. This one's more worker allocation game, 1 to 5 players, and it just kind of looked cool. Like you're kind of breaking out of this prison. So basically, this one got me sort of on impulse and based on pedigree.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes, like I said, that's if you really enjoy some games by certain makers, you're probably gonna like another one within the same same style. So
yeah, you like supporting the publishers and designers for the games that you like. And, it's sort of the same thing. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've bought each Evil Dead DVD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
So you support what you like.
All right. So, number 15. It's Robinson Crusoe Collector's Edition. This is by Portal Games. Not all in. It says not all in.
But it does say that I get endless adventure.
Oh, you will get endless adventures. That's fair. Yeah. That is fair. The number 15 is Robinson Crusoe Collector's Edition. Not all in. What's up?
They're expecting it might come out around February, and this is just one of those games where it seems like people praise it a lot or they hate it. so
hopefully you're on the praise it a lot side when you can play it. I think it looks really cool.
I like the book, and
yep.
I think that this
fair.
1 to 4 players, it seems like one of those games where, if you are like I was for most of the last year, just in your apartment and you need something to do, something like this game seems like it could really hit the spot. There's a lot of good things that are coming with it. I don't really know what to expect, but it's one of those games. It's, I believe, pretty highly ranked, talked about well for the most part.
Yep.
And it's got a theme that I think I will be into. So I don't know how easy it will be to get others into it, but I think I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's the main thing, because you're buying them, so you have to enjoy it.
Yes.
So, hopefully. Still going. We're still going. We're on 16. We're not done yet.
Yeah, we're into March, though. I mean, the months are just
flying by. So this one's called Meeples and Monsters by AEG. So I'm pretty much, we can go on beyond there, because that is going to be a good game. Yeah. Who's it by? Do you know the designer at all?
I don't have it listed right here, okay. But basically, like, this is one of those ones where there's like 2 sorts of campaigns that are basically run in crowdfunding. One like this, where here's the game for this much, done, awesome. And then there's other ones that I get into where it's like, well, here's what you can pay now.
But come down to the back room.
Like 3 days from now, we're going to tell you what everything really is. And 3 days after that, we're going to tell you what everything really is. And then on the very last day, here's what everything
actually is. Okay.
So there's a couple on here that I just enjoy the simplicity of, like, we know what we have.
Yep.
This is what to expect.
This is what you get.
It just makes it simple. You're there on the first day. And this was one that I wasn't so sure of at first. And then I saw a couple of videos of people saying that they did enjoy it. It's like got these cute little meeples with like the townsfolk and different occupations stuff in. And
did you say cute?
Yeah, Jamie. Well,
she forced you to buy this?
No, Jamie might think they're fugly. So, or ugly. Frickin' with the F. I don't know.
Yeah, it's something wrong with that.
So it's big, beautiful bag building game. So Jeff is absolutely gonna love it. So Jeff is the king of the bag builder.
Yes, he loves push your luck because he is just so lucky, especially when it comes to against Jamie.
So I do have the designer here. It's Ole Steinis, and he designed Champions of Midgard and more. So, and it says beautiful components, splash of meeple humor. Have you coming back for just one more play? So Robinson Crusoe and things that were on the list that are a bit heavier, like Nemesis and some of these big games.
Yeah.
I like to mix it up. I like having some light games that you could play quickly to start a game night, or something that my oldest niece, your oldest daughter, is playing some heavier games with us. But your youngest daughter, maybe something like this could work. So,
absolutely.
Meeples and Monsters.
Meeples and Monsters. Now this one here,
still in March.
17. I have never played this, surprisingly enough.
So
Jamie likes this, right? But Jeff does not.
Jeff's not a huge fan.
Okay. Well, this is Everdell, New Leaf, Mistwood, and the complete collection. Did I pronounce it right?
Collection? Or complete? Or up?
The complete collection.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't I say it?
You said it perfectly. Everdell, it has that very sort of cute forest theme, little animals. There's the big tree, and I've got all the other expansions. So I just got the New Leaf and Mistwood expansions. One's like a train station. One is more of like the darker woods, so like spiders and things, I believe. And then a big box to put it all in.
Yeah, so, that's cool. I like when companies do that, just because, like I said, especially if they're doing all these expansions.
Yeah.
Like, give you the big box, kind of like Scythe, where they have the...
hate throwing out the other boxes, but then you can do the thing where you can decorate a wall with the box or something like that. So hopefully that really helps with the storage. So I'm looking forward to that.
So next one is the 18th one we're on. This one, I am so excited you got this all-in, because you might have seen the video I did on his first all-in for Marvel United. Well, this is Marvel United X-Men. He's going all in except for the mat, I think. Was it?
I couldn't justify getting a second
another
mat.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to look similar, but actually it's probably going to have the big X-Men.
It's the same on one side, and then it's yellow and X-Men themed on the other side.
Okay.
And I think that might actually give some solo play setup.
Oh, interesting.
I think that was the sort of gimmick.
Marvel United. I love Marvel United. I think it's a great game. It's a quick game. It's simple, and I love the whole MCU. Mm-hmm. Jeff, on the other hand, does not. Us three siblings, myself, Zach, and Jamie, absolutely love Marvel, and you throw the X-Men in you're throwing in Sentinels that are probably like this big, and just the whole X-Men world.
Some Wolverine, Fantastic Four thrown in.
Fantastic Four.
They
Surfer, I
changed it up with a set of minis, and a lot of them have translucent elements added in them too.
Oh yeah, that looks really nice.
They're really going all out on the sculpts. So just alone for someone who paints, this is something that's gonna, outside of gameplay, give me hours of entertainment. So
weeks for sure. And I think is Galactus in this?
Not that I know of. No, I don't think it is.
But a lot of cool Deadpool.
There's like a bunch of different versions of Deadpool. You've got like the original classic X-Men with the yellow suits. You've got like there's a few of them have like more than one version of them. Like there's Old Man Wolverine.
It's like, this is a game I find that just brings you, like, I was into comics in the 90s, and like this game just makes you feel like a kid again, because you grew up with Marvel, right? So you have the little figures. It's just like being a kid. I guess we are.
The VHS cassette of that 90s X-Men cartoon, the original pilot, so that one with Jubilee and the Sentinels and all that. Like, awesome.
Anyways, not that we could go on and on and on for this, but Marvel United X-Men, that you know what? That might be. I don't know. Nemesis, I'm hyped, but this is definitely up there. I'm excited for it.
The little bit of variety you get with each of the different villains, and the number of villains that this adds to the whole mix.
Like we've been slowly playing through Marvel United, the different villains, and each one adds something new, and it's so cool. And you're just barely doing it every time. It's just what a great balance. I'm very excited for this. All right, so anyways,
that's hopefully going to arrive in May. I did get the second wave shipping only because I just wanted to pay for shipping once. I'm very patient. So that's why a lot of these dates pass me by and I didn't even notice. It gets here when it gets here. Number 19 is a sequel to a game that has arrived that I already previously kickstarted, and that's Fall of the Mountain King by Burnt Island Games for 1 to 5 players. Another one of those games, just like its predecessor, there's just really one pledge level. So you see what they're offering, it looks really good, and click and done.
Simple.
Really looking forward to this. Having said that, we haven't had a chance to play the first one yet, but I did have a chance to open it up and look through everything.
I mean, he has so many games. I mean, if he does one of these we should do this week your shelf of shame because it's
no,
pretty.
I will be beaming with pride.
Well,
like,
yeah,
these are my games.
He's got so many games, but just where he's been away, and there's no way he could have took them to Egypt and then had them shipped here. It would have been a ridiculous amount. So all of them came here. Should I have been playing them? Yes, but I had my own games to go through, which I only have due to people giving me 2 games last time. Only 2 games in my collection I haven't played, but my collection doesn't even come anywhere close to what Jeff and Jamie have, and especially what Zach has. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I'm dwarfed by a bunch of other people in the hobby. So
oh yeah, we'll absolutely, see. Yeah, but
it definitely.
I want to play the first one, and I definitely want to play this. Now that he's home, we're going to be playing a lot more, and we have been. We've been playing every week.
It's a sequel game, but it's actually a prequel to the original. So that's kind of interesting. So it's the Fall of the Mountain King, the other one's Hall of the Mountain King. So we're going to see basically some similarities there in the story, I guess, or the lore.
Close to done here?
This is the last page. Last page.
Jeez. We're on number 20, and this is a game I know Jeff really wanted.
Yeah.
And Zach probably just heard somebody mention, like, kind of like Frosthaven, Frostpunk, whatever. No. He heard Bard Song, and then all of a sudden Zach was all in. He's just, boom, boom, I'm all in.
This was around the same time as Nova Etes, and I was like, do I really want to get 2 of these big games? And then eventually I just looked at it more. I'm like, yeah, I want it. So I went for it.
Yeah, I don't even know. Honestly,
dungeon crawler, and it's got kind of a mechanic where you have this grid, and you're basically, as you go through, you might have treasure over here, so your guys have to travel to collect that, but that adds more risk for your goal of getting to the other side of the grid.
Yeah.
So
those are great.
Lots of cool figures, like there's a little crow and person and all that sort of stuff. It looks really good. I think it's going to have a lot of replayability, randomly done. It's like procedurally generated dungeons, so you're not going to get stuck in the, well, I know exactly what to do in this map or this board. So hopefully that works out. I think I'm going to like it. It's just another one of those things, like more for me to paint, regardless.
Yeah,
so,
no, yeah.
And it's 1 to 5 players, so another one that I should be able to play even if people aren't available.
Yep. All right, so number 21, second to last, people. We're actually getting to the end. So you can tell COVID's really drained his funds in the board game world. This one is The Witcher Old World, CD Projekt Red with Go On Board. And I see here you have the higher level head things like metal coins. Did you get that, or does that mean you didn't?
No, it's like I didn't. I got the gameplay all in. But... I think a lot of people who were in this campaign on GameFound were thinking, like, some of the stuff that they're pushing, the prices didn't necessarily match. It was like something like €15 or something.
Yeah. Because this was in euro.
And the original metal coins that they showed were just uninspired. And then they did, to their credit, go back and redesign them to be, you know, you're in the world of The Witcher. You have CD Projekt Red on board. They have all of that iconography for Novigrad and all of the other, like the florins and I forget what all the coins are called. But
I mean, if you're going to toss a coin to The Witcher, it's got to look nice.
You want it to be a witchery coin.
You want it to be a witchery coin.
So that one, it's one, like, half of why I want it is just, like, you know, there's some really cool things to paint. But it looks, I really enjoy the Witcher books and the game. So, one of the, I mean, there was just at some point when they showed you'd get the horse on a roof, and I was just like,
genius.
Yeah, whatever. Horse on a roof. You earn my money.
Yeah, you throw that in.
You earn my money for that. So,
I'm excited for this one. Yeah, this one's probably going to be pushed to late next year, probably.
Yeah, it's listed for June, so we'll see if shipping improves by then. But like, I didn't get the neoprene mat. I didn't get the coins. We'll see if I regret that. The mat looked pretty useful, like, because it's like a lot of the mats do. They combine different board elements from the expansions. So
which is that's a tough one. Like I said, I mean, when you're getting into this, the money just keeps adding up, and you got to be like, okay, where's my cutoff?
Yeah,
you know, is it worth that? A lot of times it is, because the stuff they do add, that's like I always say, Rising Sun. I wish I would have got the Kickstarter because of the things that came with. It just looks so amazing. Mm-hmm. But anyways, you can only do what you can do. So we're on to finally the last one, and you're gonna have to talk about this one because I never played the game. I never played.
Well,
this game.
This is the second in the series, Valor and Villainy: Ludwig's Labyrinth, and the first one was Valor and Villainy: The Minis of Mordok. And just when I first saw that one, just the art and the production value, the cardboard boards with like the
Two
double
layer,
layer and everything like that. Just everything looked impeccable. I've got the first one. Jeff and Jamie have played it a few times. They're not huge fans of it at 2-player. So we're going to have to get a 4-player game of that going. That one is set up as like a one versus many.
Okay.
And I think they were saying in the 2-player version, they felt like the villain had a bit too much power over a single hero.
Yeah.
So this one, I went all in on it, and it's a standalone, but it adds different villains and things that you'll be able to swap in. So it's actually expanding the capabilities of the first game. 1 to 6 players.
Cool.
It says here, a band of noble heroes from the Order Without Borders must pursue the Mad Imp Ludwig into his terrible labyrinth to quell the threat of a demonic invasion. It's both standalone, co-op, as I said. It's the sequel to Minions of Mordor. This one looks more dungeon crawlery, I guess. Really looking forward to it. I unfortunately haven't had the chance to play the first one yet, and I just primed all the minis, so it's gonna be one of those things where it's in my paint queue.
Probably have
and
like
then
400 primed figures.
It's at least 2.
So yeah, there you go.
That's
So
22.
22 games he is expecting on the way. So of these 22, what is your most anticipated of those 22? Like if you had to pick one, what's your most anticipated that you're just dying to get your hands on and play?
I'm gonna tell you, it might be number 23, which is something that is not being put out until tomorrow. But I'm definitely going all in on it. Look at his face. He knows what it is. And that's Masters of the Universe Clash for Eternia by Simon. So, yeah, we're both huge fans of the show growing up. And I enjoyed so far like the sort of skirmish thing that they showed and the reveal of the Castle Grayskull for it. And I think they were saying in sort of that live stream that image might have given away more than they intended, and I think that might have had to do with the hex terrain that was surrounding it. I've seen things like the ladder going up, so man. I'm hoping that we get some Heroescape-esque terrain. So this is a
bonus number 23, which obviously you know what the date is today if you know that it's going to be tomorrow that he's ordering.
So September 14th, tomorrow, I think 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm there.
Yeah, because even though this is Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm super excited that he goes all in on He-Man, and I hope he does go all in.
Oh yeah,
because it's gonna be
but
ridiculous.
That's gonna be a CMON one, so that's one of the ones like Marvel United. So it's like the real all in won't come until the last day.
Well, I was gonna pick one of these, but can I go He-Man too? I mean, if I had to pick this list, I'm gonna say He-Man. That's not on the list as well.
He-Man's up there.
I forgot about that.
I would say like. Whew, there's a bunch on here.
There's a lot of good ones.
I mean, Marvel United, like for X-Men, I already have the original, so like I am looking forward to that.
That's fair.
But for new experiences, Return to Dark Tower, I just want to see that in motion and working on the table.
Yeah.
Super stoked for the Western Legends, Heroescape.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think everyone you got on here actually is
Dead Reckoning, that's a big one for me. And Nova
Nemesis, yeah. So, it's hard to pick. But if you can, in the comments below, pick one of these if you want, or what you're most excited for and what Zach has coming. And also just leave a comment on maybe another Kickstarter that we didn't mention that you're really excited about getting your hands on. But yeah, leave a comment. Also, don't forget to hashtag Team JZ. You know what I mean? Because we're going to take out, even though we barely get to play those guys as much.
Like, we're Canadian. Should it be JZ? Doesn't have the same ring.
Oh, yeah, Team JZ. But you in the States can call us Team JZ.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, like Australia and UK. Who else uses Z?
Probably everyone.
Probably everybody that doesn't watch this show.
The Queen's English. If you know what Coronation Street is, Team JZ.
Yeah, Corey Street. Mama love that comment.
All right.
So that's what Zach has coming. So this has been our board game and stew.
Hope we stirred the pot.
Yeah, let's take it. It's probably really cold. Yeah. That's so disgusting. It's really cold.
If you want to support us here at Foster the Meeple, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to this video. And you can find us on social at Twitter, at Instagram, and
yeah, Instagram, Facebook.
It's all
we're on the Facebook.
Yeah, it's all.
Mark
at
Zuckerberg
Foster
knows
the
what's
Meeple.
happening.
So look for us there at Foster the Meeple.
Yep.
Join the Discord.
Yep.
It's a good time. I'll leave Jamie and Jeff to talk to you about the Patreon because they know about that. But it's there. It's optional. You don't need it. If you feel like it, swell.
Oh, I guess it's time to say goodbye, man.
All right.
Later. I don't want to say later days.
No, you can't do that.
But I mean, it's later days.
See ya.
Later.
There you go.
Just rammed it in.